Mia will step on Jesus to get ahead. Now, this season, we have seen nothing but her do everything she can to get in front of the cameras, but her arch nemesis, her own husband, is ready to light her butt on fire and show everyone who she really is. Now, from a therapist perspective, let's get into Real Housewives of Potomac right about now. I want to know from you guys, what are your thoughts about Mia being the forefront this season? Okay, now we've seen these first couple episodes of her just doing whatever to get that camera in her face. And I think at the cost of her kids, some of her friendships, she will go low. And let's take it back to these first couple episodes and look at how has she really changed? Is she still the same person she was? I feel like Mia has not really evolved. Okay, a lot of these women, to be honest, have not evolved, but I think Mia is in a place where it feels like she's just fame hungry. And we've seen that throughout these seasons that she's been on there, but this season, it feels like she wants her cake and eat it too. My husband and my man Ink. And I feel like she's been doing that the whole relationship, dibbling, dabbling with Ink, with her husband. And it shows you just how some people who have nothing to lose will give up everybody to gain, including their own kids. When you look at Mia as a person, she doesn't have relationships good with women. And you wonder why. Okay? That relationship with her mother. She has a strained relationship and a mother wound to me. We've seen a little bit of her mother here and there. Her mom has some issues. But that foundation, your mother is supposed to be the first friend, the first love of your life. That foundation of what it's like to be around another woman. What are women like? You get that from your mother. And I think because Mia does not have that foundational relation with her mother, she to me does not know how to have relationships with women. And the way that she has relationships with people in general, how do I gain from this? How do I make myself better? What can I gain from you? It's a power play. And so we have different things when it comes to power within, power over, empowering people. But Mia is someone who needs to have power and control. And I think for the longest time, she has been able to do that in different areas of her life, including her marriage. And she uses, to me, her physical appearance as power. Okay, her looks, now the skin ain't skinning. Okay, lips, all of that stuff she uses to have a power dynamic primarily over men, but I think sometimes over women also. Because let's look at her relationship with her and Jacqueline. Jacqueline at times to me appears to be envious, jealous, to want access in the lifestyle that Mia has. And Jacqueline is a prime example of her having a relationship with another woman and having power over that person. And I'm wondering, where did Mia learn that from? Because she didn't just pick it up. Somewhere along the way, she learned how to have power over people and get what she wants. And Jacqueline is, to me, at times naive, at times a little bit desperate, a follower, a people pleaser. Let me go down the slippery slope, y'all. All the issues of Jacqueline are beneficial to Mia. And I think that is why their relationship has thrived for so long, if you call it thriving, because Mia has been able to have power over Jacqueline. And I'm sure there's been some overlap, some skin to skin at points, okay? And I'm wondering at times if Mia has secrets or something over Jacqueline that at times Jacqueline just acquiesces to what Mia wants. Okay? At times she's her little puppy, her puppet. Okay? It's her way of getting power over people. And do y'all think that Jacqueline should have a whole, should she be a whole housewife, or should she still be on the sidelines? Okay? But I feel like when you see Mia and the women around her, she's able to have power over these women. Jacqueline, even when she brought her friends over to the lake, Those women too, it felt like there was a power differential where Mia was a center. She feels like, I feel like she always has to be the center of attention in all the scenes. These women, the friends she invites to the lake, and Jacqueline. But notice how the friends and her don't connect. Jacqueline and these other friends, they're in two separate friend groups, where once again, Mia continues to be in power in both these different friend groups. And they show up to what? Feel that ego. The people around Mia that she keeps close, they feel her ego. And when you don't, when you try and deflate, as Karen has done, you try and deflate Mia's ego, that's when you feel the wrath. Okay? And I think at times Karen has been deflecting. Karen has not really taken the most accountability for some of her actions. But leave it to Mia to come along and say, oh girl, oh no, I'm the queen of Potomac. You and that DUI, you being an alcoholic, and we're bringing that all to the surface to tarnish your reputation so that I can become the seat next to Andy. So I can become the woman of this show. Okay? It's all about destroying relationships around Mia that no longer serve her. You've had your purpose. You've done what you need to do. I don't need you no more. Okay? And another person is her husband. Okay? Now her husband to me is her antagonist. Okay? He is the one that's like, I'm tired of protecting you. I'm tired of you having power over me. So I'm ready to blow this shit up right about now. Okay? You've been sleeping with Ink the whole time. You had an abortion. You've been having an affair with him. Oh, Ink, you know about the abortion? Oh, he came to shake the table, girls. Okay? And to me, it feels like Mia uses his diagnosis to have power over him, but make people feel sorry for her. I'm doing all these things. I'm having an affair. I had an abortion. I've been dipping and dabbling in and out of my marriage because you have bipolar disorder, because I've been going through so many things with you. But she had options to leave. She didn't have to continue. And there are different layers to having a partner who is living with bipolar disorder. The manic episodes, the instability, the financial loss, the risky behaviors, the cycling of emotions, the walking on eggshells. Yes, I do see how that is challenging and difficult, but we all have choices to stay in relationships or to leave. And I think even having her husband live in the same building, I see how that can be beneficial for the sake of the kids, but also see it being a power play. Another aspect of Mia having power over her husband, okay? Because there are a lot of things that she can do to empower him to be independent, to live his own life. And there are, of course, things he can do for himself. But it just feels like it's a power move. I want to have my boyfriend and my husband, okay? And looking at this scene that they had where he came in and I think they want to have this conversation about telling the kids that they're getting a divorce or that Ink is not really her best friend. And she wants to do it on camera. And I think her husband is just not with the BS no more. He's tired of it. Okay, protecting her. I think he's just tired of it. And who knows, it could be, you know, some mental health things going on there with him. But I'm not going to use that as a reason of why he's behaving the way he is. I think there are a lot of things we have not seen between him and Mia that he has also dealt with. I think both of them are responsible. Both of them are responsible for where they are now. But is either one of them ready to take accountability? Now, Ink, to me, I feel like Ink is a safety net, okay? A doormat at times. People sometimes in relationships hold on to people because they are safety. They're comfortable. They're what they're used to. I think Mia has known she can always run back to old boy. Okay? He is her safety net. Has their relationship ever grown, evolved? Not really. And it seems like he has been comfortable being in the shadows. But for some reason now, it's like, oh, it's my close-up. Where do I stand? Suddenly he wants to be in the limelight. And I'm wondering, what is he trying to gain also? Okay? But having this conversation as a therapist, I was thinking like, Aren't them kids in the other room? Can't they hear all this? The back and forth. Why now? Why do y'all want to have this conversation with the kids here? Y'all couldn't have done it while they were at school, sent them to a friend's house. It to me just symbolized the low emotional intelligence from everybody in that room. Okay. I don't think it was good to have that conversation right then and there. And I think in some ways her husband was trying to set a boundary of like, hey, I'm not doing this on camera. I told y'all. And Mia's like, trying to push. Every time we see this dynamic, the power play, Mia losing power and someone else trying to take the power out of the room, you see something. You see her grab for that power. And this time she couldn't do it. I think now her husband is somebody that she does not have power over. Ink, I'm pretty sure she has power over him. Okay. But she does not have power over her husband. And even in these other relationship groups, these other women, this ensemble of a show. Okay. Let's think about the other people she has power over. We talked about Jacqueline. These two new girls, she don't have power over them. I think in a way there's power over Giselle because Giselle is trying to keep her spots. And Giselle is giving us a little bit more than what she has in the past, but still not a lot. She's kind of calmed down, but stepped forward in a way where I'm going to share a little bit about my personal life. But is it enough? Do y'all think it's enough? And we got this new girl, Stacy, who's very different than the rest of the ladies. Okay. I think Mia's still trying to figure her out because when she tries to push and get a scene, a reaction, Stacy doesn't really react the way that Mia is used to. Like that scene on the boat where she brought up, hey, people are talking about you. They're saying you're boring. Was she really expecting Stacy to hold her hand and say, I forgive you, for it to be a kumbaya moment? She probably wasn't. Okay. But I think in this group, there are certain people who are aligned and that she can have this power dynamic. But in other ways, Karen, she's not able to do that. Candace, she wasn't able to do that. Wendy, I don't think she has power over Wendy, but I don't see how Wendy, after everything, is able to now be friends with these girls. I think she's playing a part. It's a job, it's a check. And since she gave up that money doing the professor thing at the school, she's kind of like, I'm going to go with the flow a little bit just to make this thing happen, to pay these bills and get this check. But I don't think she has power over, but I feel like we're at this point now. Okay. I think they have similar states of power, but it's just interesting how both of them use them differently. I think at times Wendy can use it to empower people and make nice, whereas I think Mia uses it to be dramatic, drama, and chaotic. Mia is also used to chaos in her life. Okay, I'm wondering more about her childhood because everywhere she goes, she brings chaos and lies. Mia be lying, as Carlita King would say. Mia be lying. And I think that those lies have gotten her so far. But her husband is ready to say, oh no, girl, the jig is up. It ain't really what it seems. Okay. Now, Karen, to me, very unhappy. Okay. Karen is, I think, deflecting, but I think she's a woman who is going through grief, loss, not just from her parents, but I think the loss of things in her relationship. Okay. The grief of being the breadwinner, the financial burn with his taxes, her kids leaving and going to school, okay, losing her parents. This is a woman who has been stuffing for so long that now she can't stuff no more. And I want to know whatever it is that happened that night that they're not talking about. I want to know what happened because she said something that night tipped her over the edge. And I wonder if it was something with her and her husband that she's just not talking about, because she ain't really talking about nothing. Okay. But the power play between her and Mia is very interesting. They butt heads because they're both powerful women and they're both at the forefront of this franchise. And we're at a state now, who's going to take the lead? Okay. Who's really going to be at that center of that photo? Who's going to be sitting next to Andy? Okay. But I want to know your thoughts. What do you think about Mia's power and the role that not having that mother relationship has? Okay. The only other mother relationships that we see that are positive are Wendy's. And I think over time we have seen how they belittle and they try and have power over her and make fun of that relationship because some of these other women don't have that same relationship with their own mama. And when you see that, when you are triggered, you're going to project your ish onto other people because they need to be unhappy. They need to be where you are. You want them to make them feel like, is there something wrong with me having a good relationship with my mom? There's not. But the people around you want you to feel bad because they ain't got it. Okay? But I want to know your thoughts. Let me know in the comments. Because of course, we can get into it. And I will see you in the next video. Bye.